Okay, now while we wait for our commercial voiceover specialist William H. Morrow III to call in from Los Angeles, I'll do half the promo. We're back, of course. This is Progressive Discussions. I'm your host, James P. Madonna, and I'm here with my co-host and mentor, the Reverend Dr. William J. Eisenman. So this will be on a separate video. We call it halftime. See this gentleman that I'm holding in front of you, this painting? This is a watercolor painting, a self-portrait of my co-host and mentor, the Reverend Dr. William J. Eisenman. When I blew the bosun's whistle, that was extremely high pitched. The dog made no sound. Now the dog decides to bark. Oh boy, would I love to hit him with my shillelagh. Anyway, this
animal cruelty.
I don't give a if somebody messes with our show, I'm ready, man. This is a watercolor painting, a self-portrait of my co-host and mentor, the Reverend Dr. William J. Eisenman. You can see the William J. Eisenman collection by going to, and this is all one word, lowercase, WilliamJEisenmanCollection.tumblr.com. That's TUMBLR.com, and you can see maybe 95% of the William J. Eisenman collection. And go to, if you like one of the paintings and you want to procure one, go to newslettercensored.com and email Dr. Bill and ask him if the painting is still available, and if it is, you can procure a personally signed by the Reverend Dr. William J. Eisenman himself watercolor painting, okay, and you make him a sizable gift to support this work. Usually the bidding starts at $500 each, but he's very flexible. Make him a good offer with your gift to support this work, and you can acquire one of his beautiful watercolor paintings. Now I want to say hello to a good friend and a fine activist, one of the best activists I know, very intelligent man and a good friend, Mr. Jonathan Drake of Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Or how did I say? Quebec? Quebec. Jonathan Drake, I salute you with my lucky blackthorn shillelagh, and this is the man, Jonathan Drake, that I want to dedicate the debut of the anonymous V for Vendetta mask to. Mr. Jonathan Drake, I salute you from Montreal, Quebec. Also, a moment of silence for the passing away.
Montreal, Quebec.
Not a moment of silence for Montreal, Quebec.
They're separate.
Montreal is in Quebec, sir.
No,
Montreal,
it's a separate province. No.
No. Montreal, the city of Montreal is in the province of Quebec.
Because I was at Montreal.
And Quebec is Canada.
For the World's Fair back in '67.
Montreal's the city. Montreal is in Quebec.
Good thing I ain't a Canadian.
Oh my God.
I didn't know that.
Anyway, moment of silence for the passing away of, was he the oldest living senator?
Yeah.
And the last World War II veteran, Senator Frank Lautenberg, Democrat, from New Jersey. Mm-hmm. So, silence, moment of silence here for Senator Lautenberg. Okay, let's see. Who else was I going to? Dr. Bill's working on a new painting. I won't show it to you because it's in its embryonic stage, right? So I will not
Yeah,
show
it's breathing like a fish.
It's breathing. Yeah, the embryo that breathes like a fish. Heaven forbid, and the fertilized egg. Heaven forbid, it is a child already born. Because you're worthless to a Republican.
Mm.
But if you are a fertilized egg or an embryo that breathes like a fish, you're very valuable to a Republican, to a right-winger. Have we heard any gems from Bubblehead Bachman or any of the other conservative coven of witches? Anything new?
Not since she said that she's not going to run.
What about that incident in Texas where the man shot and killed his high-class prostitute because? All right, hold on.
Just press the thing down now before it starts on the.
Hello, is this William H. Morrow III?
Well, my God, you must be psychic. James B. Madonna, how are you? And the Reverend Dr. William.
Hey, Bill!
How's everyone?
Fine.
Not bad. Yeah, could you speak louder, sir?
I'm trying my best. How's that? Can you
Okay,
hear me better?
your volume is set to high on your apparatus.
High as it goes.
Okay, good. Okay, we're doing all right. We're on the second half of the show, and I did a little promo in terms of the paintings that Dr. Bill paints. You know, he's a great watercolor artist, so I showed those and told people where they can get them. And I'm just about to tell the folks that I received another voicemail from the elitist 1% and the New World Order and the people, the powers that be, that want to enslave all of us. It's an ominous sound, it's an alien sound, and it sounds like this.
We are here to kill you. We are here to kill you. We are here to kill you.
Gee, that sounds like we are here to kill you.
Sounds like a Cylon from Battlestar Galactica.
Sounds like a Cylon, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. How's everyone?
Yeah, it does. Now, what we were before we fill you in on what we were discussing, now we will hear a special word from our commercial voiceover specialist, William H. Morrow III, about the foundation and backbone of our organization.
Your newsletter.
Yes.
You got it, because everybody should know the best way to join your organization is to go to www.newslettercensored.com and get your free annual subscription with your gift to support this work. We're living in end times, people, so you need Newsletter Censored. I hope people understand and do subscribe. It's free, everyone.
Yes, it's free with your gift to support this work, and thank you very much, William H. Morrow III. Now, what we were talking about was the fact that here in the state of New Jersey, with the very rotund and well-fed, obese, conservative Republican governor, the social services in New Jersey, the Board of Social Services.
Well, let me interrupt you real quick. They are horrendous.
It's
deal with them myself.
It's crap.
Yourself and other friends. I've never heard one person say they are wonderful.
No, they're
It's
programmed.
nothing but an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
Number one, you call, I don't know how many times. You don't get callbacks. They will not call you back. I don't know why. Well, I think I do know why. I think you're hiring the wrong people. You're hiring people and putting them in a position where they love having and holding the upper hand over you. Causing people to suffer, such as pushing that thumb down hard on you. Because they realize they don't need you. You need them. I can't understand that kind of mentality where you want to hurt people. People are coming to you simply for help. Why hurt them? Why not help them? I don't understand. They've got the wrong people in position.
Yeah.
Now, in the beginning, some of the people I've met were incredible. About
yeah, they don't return. They're very rude, and they don't have any compassion. If
There is zero passion.
yeah, you know that they told me. I mean, they told my investigator, and my investigators told me that Chris Christie has really turned the screws on all the caseworkers, and he's made their lives miserable. And Christie is the one responsible for only giving $140 a month.
Well,
How can anybody live on $140 a month?
You can blame Christie for all of this. I think it's whoever's in charge of this association or whatever agency. Their hiring process is horrendous.
Yeah, but they said they told the investigators that Christie is one that cut the budget on welfare.
Well, Christie could make a lot of stupid cuts. I cannot believe he cut it this much. And I think if it's true, it's wrong. You're hurting people. These are your people, Governor Christie. You know, I mean, don't you want your people to be happy? I don't understand. It's almost like you might as well be Assad, the leader of Syria. Idiotic moron. It's got to be.
Well,
all these tyrants.
people that are in bed with the 1%, with the corporations, and who are their campaigns are funded by corporations. I'm convinced they have no compassion for the have-nots and for the poor, and they simply don't care. And
Sadly, James, you're right. I'm not one of them. I never would be one of them. I've been 30 plus years. Most people can be bought. And that's what a lot of these politicians are. They can be bought by the lobbyists and what have you. And it's wrong. How much money do you need? Do you really need to eat more?
Can't do anything.
Your clothing is wonderful. You wear the best suits. Basically, your housing is paid for. Almost
Right.
basically what it comes down to is your salary. Your salary, your disposable income. Everything else is paid for in essence.
yeah,
So I don't understand why you don't want to see your people happy and enjoy themselves.
well, yeah. How much money does one need? And I don't think it's fair to the taxpayers. Of course, the middle class taxpayers are being strangled. It's not fair to them that the congressmen and senators give themselves an automatic raise, not counting the perks or not counting the.
Isn't it funny how you can vote whether or not to give yourself a raise?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
vote for your own raise. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think it was a couple of times, recently, a year or two ago, they voted not to give themselves a raise. Well, you know what that was, Ross. That's all for show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all that was about.
Yeah.
See, we're here for you.
Well, they work less than part-time, Billy. They work less than part-time, and they get like 175 grand
But let me ask you
over
something.
200,000 a year. Yeah.
You heard that they voted down their raise, right?
Yeah.
How do you know that's true?
Yeah. May not be.
Hey, let's just tell the people we voted against our raise.
They do it in
Hear
secret.
this behind the scenes. You don't know. Remember, they can print and tell the public anything. You can tell the people when things are getting really bad in major cities that murder has gone down, the murder rate, when it's really gone up. Because maybe the government wants to say, look, we've got to appease the people, make them more calm, they're panicking. Just because you read it in the paper or hear about it on the news doesn't mean it's true.
What about the unemployment rate? I'm sure it's much higher than it actually is projected by the government.
Well, I've got to tell you, they keep telling us the recession is over.
Ah.
I don't see it. From everyone I meet, speak, talk to, they're judging everything by the stock market. That's not the way they're judging the whole economy.
That's not the real economy.
And what about the people who are not collecting anymore, who exhausted their federal extension to unemployment? Those figures are taken out
Yeah.
when they determine.
Fortunately, Jim, you and I are single. What about people with a wife? Notice how many kids? Now what do you do?
Right. Well, if you're Octomom,
Yeah, I hope I can say this, you're screwed.
You can say anything you
People
want,
are
Billy.
Suffering. You think of the mental anguish a lot of Americans are going through each and every day, and it's not good. It's not right. It should. This is not what America stands for. So,
Yeah, I mean, then you have then you have all the production taking place in mainland China that has no quality control whatsoever.
Yeah, and what upset me this week was hearing that China bought the world's biggest, I think it's pork producer, Smithfield Farms.
Really?
Upset a lot of
And
people.
Paula Dean is their spokesman.
And Paula Dean is their spokesperson from the Food Channel.
Well, she is, but she's getting flack too for her pushing.
For her hiding her diabetes.
Before you, and now she's coming with a whole line of butter products too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's obese and she's diabetic, and she's was hiding it from the public.
I don't know what is going on with the world. I mean, it's just like, it's almost like watching a cop. This is like a segment from Saturday Night Live.
It's a bizarro world, Billy. What's
It
up?
really
What's
is.
up
I mean,
is down.
What is going on? Why is all of this happening? Why are our people suffering? And they should not be.
Corruption.
Many are. And I also don't like that many of our major corporations are being bought by foreign corporations, such as, well, fortunately, I'll say this one was not bad. When InBev bought Anheuser-Busch, nothing changed. But, yeah, Anheuser-Busch was still an icon of America. You know, the Clydesdale horses a whole bit.
Yeah. Well, usually they downgrade the quality when, when something becomes big. When something is like when a family-owned corporation or company is bought out by a larger corporation. Usually they start cutting corners and they start downgrading quality and.
Well, you know, you can't do that, Jimmy. And over the years, I've heard numerous people, and I swear this is the truth. Notice the quality of products has gone down. Excuse me, Hershey's and what have you, other chocolate manufacturers, for example. It just doesn't taste the same. They've changed the formula. Probably, I don't know. I'm just saying probably, possibly, cheaper ingredients, but it's not as rich tasting.
No, it's not the same. Now, what about something that Dr. Bill and you are familiar with, and myself, and that's trying to get a hold of customer service today, and you can't get a human being. It's very rare to get a person anymore.
They're probably playing on a lot of people, realizing a lot of people do have limited minutes on their cell phones. You can't afford to sit there 20 minutes plus eating away, clicking away.
Well, they're outsourced.
Well, I'll be honest with you. It's well beyond, I forget how many years ago, I got a call for a magazine subscription. She had an accent. Wonderful girl. I said, where are you? She goes, Manila. I said, you're calling me clear from Manila for a magazine subscription?
Yeah. The customer service jobs and the inbound call centers, outbound, whatever, are all in the Philippines. They pay those people $1 an hour, from what I understand, in the office.
If they're lucky.
If they're lucky.
The bottom line is you get what you pay for it.
Right.
You pay these people so low, you'll get low performance.
Yeah, they don't care.
You know, I mean, really, we've got to stop cutting corners. And you also hear stories about some of these restaurants in our East Coast area. I'm on the West Coast right now. I'll be back.
Right.
You people are willing to pay a little more for better quality.
Yeah, I am.
But for poor quality, forget it. And poor service, not just, well, that's quality of poor service too. But
well, look at. Oh, go ahead.
they're milking the people blind.
Yeah. Well, look at.
what the airlines are doing now with the baggage.
Right.
You carry on a box of Kleenex, basically. I mean, I'm saying this is a joke, but you carry on a box of Kleenex, you're charged. They're charging for almost every little thing you carry on.
Hey, you can carry on a knife.
They allowed you to carry on a small pocket knife, but you can't bring a large bottle of cologne on aboard a plane.
Well, I think that this week that was rescinded. You can't carry on the knife anymore now.
Yeah. Only because of the outcry.
This week, I believe.
And you have.
It kind of sounds also like they truly don't know what they're doing either. So.
Then you have Walmart manufacturing the clothes are manufactured in Bangladesh for like 15 cents an hour or whatever.
Was that the place that collapsed and killed 1,200 plus people?
Yeah.
It burned down because they had no safety regulations concerning fire and yeah.
Well, then again, where's Walmart? Again, what we said earlier. Who are you hiring? Shouldn't your executives be flying over periodically and checking, seeing? And when I think Walmart said we didn't know this.
They all say that. Remember Kathy Lee?
Remember Kathy Lee Gifford? She had crocodile tears coming out of her eyes. I had no idea child labor in Central America was.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I think it would be, like you said, crocodile tears. I think it's a lot more effective, people. When you're on camera and crying, that tears do come out of your eyes. When you squint them and sob, there are no tears. Okay, let's stop it.
Maybe they use an onion, a raw onion. A raw onion before they get interviewed.
Put your finger in your eye, something makes the right tears go down. Jeez.
Remember that song, Smoke
Gets when they play the odds, okay? They realize the majority of the public will buy it. She's really sorry. Oh, she feels so bad. I'm
Yeah.
like, what are you, crazy? This is all, just spinning doctrine.
Right now, the Nestle Corporation and the other chocolate manufacturers are using child labor and slave labor to pick the cacaos. The big companies.
The Nestle, yeah. Well,
To make the buck. How much would it cost you to give these people a decent amount of money?
Not much.
now do you know?
In these foreign countries, it doesn't cost much per hour to live like a king. You make $40, $50 a week in Mexico. You're like an icon. Come on. Look, you know what it comes down to? Stop trying to appease your damn stockholders. Okay? Make your people happy.
It's
Trickle down. I remember years ago, this is when I was building Supertech. James will talk about this a little later today. Some people what Supertech was. But Mr. Jack Welch, who was the CEO of
General
GE at
Electric.
the time, came right out. And thank God and all I commend him for this, because this is what I told all my investors at the time, the whole bit. He said, I'm not here to please the investors. If you don't like what I'm doing, sell your damn stock. In fact, we'll buy it back from you. I'm here to run a company. Let's get it done, let's do it right. You see, too many guys that try to appease, they watch the stock market ticker too much.
Well, you know what
You
this.
can't do that.
You know what the CEO of Nestle's had stated? Nestle's is trying to buy up and control the world's drinking water supply. He says that people do not have a right to drinking water. It's not your right. What do you mean it's not your right? God created the earth, didn't he? And water. Come
I
on.
hate to say this, but who does this idiot think he is? Don't have the right to drinking water? Well, by the same token, let's be honest. Used to be you go to a gas station, those tire pressure gauges were free.
Yes.
Now you pay for air in most of them.
That's correct.
It's
Yeah.
not your right for drinking water. You look in the face of some of these families, starving and suffering from no water too, and tell them, you don't have the right. Too bad. What do you mean you don't have the right?
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you one quick question. And this is serious. Does everything come down to the almighty dollar? And
Yeah.
Because we're sick. We're in more trouble than we realize.
Well, the almighty dollar is.
Some people are suffering. How many people just in the U.S., the greatest nation there is, go to bed hungry every night? Now you imagine other countries what they're going through. This is wrong. This should not be happening to people. Why aren't we a better planet than that?
Not while we're
Take care of our
redistributing.
people.
Not while we're redistributing the money upward, Billy.
Well,
That's what is
also,
happening since the
like you just said,
1970s.
the guy from Nestle's about the water. And you have other companies, not companies, but individual inventors, starting new companies to come out with better filtration systems. So people in these slum areas of, say, Africa and other nations too, the whole bit, can have good drinking water.
Yeah. Well, Gary Null has a
You
new.
should not be born to live like this. this.
Yep. Gary Null has a new portable system where you can take the water from the Ganges River and you can make it absolutely pure. It's a portable filter.
Or from the sewer.
Or from the
Well,
sewer,
You
yeah.
can purify anything, Rip. You know that. You can
Yeah.
purify anything. I mean, even the assets for purify, they say their own urine to re-drink. So it's
Yeah.
totally crystal clear and
I mean, like you said before, Billy, how much money is enough? What is enough?
Like you want. How can you spend that money and you spend it on a meal, shove it down your gullet, stuff your gut, knowing others are suffering from what you have power to hopefully fix? How can you do this?
How can you
How
do
can
it?
you do it with yourself?
It's called
I can buy
deregulation.
with a damn one little hamburger.
Deregulation. Yeah.
You know, regulation. I
Deregulation.
don't understand our people, meaning humans.
I was reading the chemicals in a McDonald's hamburger. It's unbelievable. I mean, what the FDA and the USDA allows.
Well, then, let's say matter, look at cigarettes. I mean, you know I'm a smoker very well.
Yeah.
They say smoking is a worse addiction than heroin.
Well, they spike it. They spike the.
There's hundreds of chemicals. Years ago, aside from cigarettes, you mentioned McDonald's. At random, a clinic or whatever, research group, at random, grabbed one single patty from a McDonald's somewhere. They analyzed it. It contained the beef. This one patty contained the beef from over 1,000 different cattle. Well, isn't that just grand? Hey, talk about a real happy meal, huh?
Yeah, mad cow disease. Yeah.
Well,
Happy meal. You
we
know.
are,
Yeah.
it's the old saying, it's beyond that, but we are beyond an accident waiting to happen. It's just, things are expanding, they're getting worse.
And
Yeah, it's called Buchanan, New York.
everything. He's talking about the nuclear
power plant.
power plant supplying New
Accident
York
waiting
City.
to happen.
Yeah, the accident waiting.
And let's be honest, too,